If your company or organization uses TanStack Query in a Vite with React client-side rendering application, and you are using the TanStack Query DevTools, and you are required to conditionally render the DevTools based on environment, then we need to clarify something that's in the TanStack Query documentation in regards to the node environment. Keep in mind that these docs were written to support React apps created with the legacy Create React App CLI, which uses Webpack for bundling and as a development server. The docs wasn't specifically targeting Vite, which has become very popular. If we were to use this syntax in a Vite React application, then we will need to install additional support to make the conditional rendering work. However, if you were to use the syntax that I'm showing you on line 19, the import.meta.inf.dev, this syntax works straight out of the box with any Vite application if you want to check the Node.js environment that your code is running in. As a matter of fact, this is the preferred syntax for Vite application in regards to checking environment. Now the question is, why are we even doing this check for the dev tool to begin with? It's just a matter of clarity and preference. Some company or organization prefer this clarity for their developers, especially if it's a large organization or large company. Behind the scene, TanStack Query will automatically remove the dev tools if it's outside of the dev environment. In the terminal, I have a before and after build size comparison. At the bottom is before I've added the conditional rendering syntax, and on top is the build size after I have added the conditional rendering syntax. And as you can clearly see, we only save zero point 0.02 KBs. So again, this conditional rendering syntax for the DevTools is only for programmatic clarity. Now, as an aside, if you wish to have the TanStack Query DevTools show up in your production application, for whatever reason, perhaps you want to debug a hotfix in your production branch, then what you can do is import the DevTools /production. Then it will show up in your production application and you can troubleshoot or debug from here. And it goes without saying that once you have deployed the hotfix, then you would want to remove this from your source code, right? Here's another scenario that I've seen. There are development teams that uses AI agents to spin up Vite, React, and TanStack Query applications. And somehow the AI tool inadvertently import the production branch of the DevTools instead of the development one. And then the TanStack Query DevTools will show up in the production app, confusing the heck out of the end users. This import here on line 3 may get through code review process unless the reviewers have a very keen eye for the details. Because technically this isn't an error, right? TanStack Query allows you to run the DevTools in the production environment for hotfixes. And generally speaking, Vite is very good at tree shaking unused NPM packages. But this clearly is a command by the programmer. If you want to make absolutely certain that the TanStack Query DevTool is not in your production build, you can run the grep command that looks something like this. Obviously, you would adjust it for your project. And oh, by the way, TanStack Query used to be called React Query, even though you can use TanStack Query with other libraries like Vue or what have you. The dev tool is still referred to as React Query DevTools. Okay, my dear friends, hopefully that was helpful and clear some things up for you. Please consider subscribing to my channel. It is absolutely free. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.